Good morning. It is the 20th day of December 2018. Welcome to the Money Charts channel. All bets, trades of the like, within each his own risk and their own reward. Starting off within Bitcoin on the monthly term time frame. And within such, the 18 averages went sideways. Price action has pierced above the this level at 3,072. That's the 23.6, or excuse me, that's the 38.2% down mark from the January 2015 lows and the December 2017 highs. 6,000 area, well, I'll put up the Fibonacci bar. These are the rest of the numbers. 6246 on the next up fib level, and basically 1,000 below such. And when we look at it in the daily term, I mean, it's pretty close. But as a trader, when it's piercing above, it's not as fun with buy orders and such. So therefore, what does that mean as a trader for me? Well, if I didn't sell any, then I almost got one of two choices. If I have a buy order, like say 3,072, even 3,020, 3,050, and the equivalency, of course, with TUSD, is I would either raise the buy orders up a little bit, reduce them, or adjust to the message of the market still and then play it as it is. So for me, I sold about a third of what I had at the different key points here and there, and I'm going to be reducing the buy orders a little bit lower because the way I look at it, point A low is 3,100 and change, and point B high is right now gotten above 4,000. What I'm probably going to do is adjust my buy orders to work into that of whatever the Fibonacci downside happens to be. That is, I take a key down move, which is obviously this one. I take a lower high rally, which right now is in here. And then and just to get a quick example, we'll do a random number like 4,100. And then the low of like 3128 or so. So now you got 2600 and change. So probably around 2650, 26 is the area I'd be looking to increase my sell orders, or the test, move them from around 33 to about 38. That's probably what I'm going to do within such. And it's only a hedge as it is anyway. And when I say only, it makes it a lot easier just to leave it there, and if it starts to lose because Bitcoin goes up, I'm loving it because, well, when you're hedging your bet, you kind of want to lose that bet more times than not. But with that being said, that's the daily term time frame now as we look at this chart. Let's put on the Coinbase exchange where I have the Fibonacci lines that I drew in from the following level, which is the high in here to this week. But before we do that, let's take a look at this and talk about this on a bearish level for the bears out there. This was a significant breakdown below. So it's now found support in the area where you'd expect to find some. At least it's found a little thus far. After all, it's only a little. It hasn't got to the 18 or in this previous area. When I talk about markets going up, breaking resistance, I got to talk about the reverse here, which means a former level of support that occurred here, and the 18 average is even a bit below that. So therefore, it's got to hold this area on any correctionary move. If price action is unable to resist in this area and it gets into here, then I would be talking about the failed breakdown fast move higher. For now, it has to even get there just to have that correctionary test. But when I talk about moves bearish for a market, like going up from here is bearish, well, that means it's not unlikely to stop going down here, which so far it's done, come up to this general area, and then later on make its lower high. But of course, on a bearish or bullish level, well, it's going to do exactly what I stated, and that's, well, make that failed breakdown, get above here, and then most likely have a beautiful surge north of this point in here. So wait and see how this works out, but let's now move this to the short term and back to Coinbase as I've been stating. And we got all these lines in here, which is why I use the Bitstamp exchange to start this video off. And I want to keep these lines in for as long as I can because I'm probably going to accidentally delete them at some point. Well, I'm going to try not to. So there's your daily term time frame price action coming up to the 4102. I thought it was 4109. That's why I calculated that number. Either way, they're all about the same as it is anyway, as far as in the ballpark area. Fibonacci 1, and really there was even other ones below it, but at least the one that I have at 3,470 was not resistance. It did not have that fast to move to the next level because it spent many periods supporting rather than resisting it. Okay, that's a bullish sign and indicating that you're probably going to have a nice move to the next level, which it did, and then it did the same thing again, in that it didn't resist it, rather it supported it. And then there's your fast move last night. Where to? Well, the high was 4116. The Fibonacci is 4102. So about Fibonacci level it hit. And it pierces extra as it normally does. Oh, for those 3,000 buy orders, that's not a fun time to say the unnormal. Meaning, of course, I would have liked to fill my buy order completely. But when I look at Fibonacci analysis, this is what's good about this, is because you can see that, oh, you're supporting it, probably have a nice move to the next, and it did. Same thing again. It gives area for sell targets, buy targets, and now as it states, okay, it's a now what question mark situation. We should have some sort of level of resistance. It might just do this time correcting. If it doesn't do such, fast move to next level, or maybe supporting it like it's done the last two times, but we've seen resistance there so far. If it's going to have any type of decent correctionary move down, I'm going to be looking for about 3,700 as a key support level. And then moving up further, of course, if it's able to get above the 4,102, I'm going to be looking for a price target at near the $4,850 level. Now, as far as this high, you get 4116. The low is 3129. Key numbers are 36.5 and about 34.5. So as of now, and we can see that 3470 and the 3690, they pretty much kind of coincide. That this area is very much a must-hold area. As if it doesn't, well, then we'd be looking for that 2600-ish area that I talked about just a little while ago as the next potential down target. And really, well, second next, because technically breaking down below this, you're talking about 3100 again. Switching off to the single hour term time frame, and there we can see several hours has been resisting that key Fibonacci level after it was several more hours supporting it, and only took a small decent size move to get there. When markets go, they go. So 15-minute term was really 2 minutes. It had a good chunk, and then over the span of the next hour or so, it had another decent chunk more. 5-minute term, we can see again that, okay, there's that fast move, hitting this line on several occasions. 1, 2, 3. This key level of support in here, we can see was in about 4,004, or the 4,000 even mark. And I'm not going to draw a line here, but we can see that it barely went below. You can make a case for a possible failed breakdown here, is what I'm trying to say. It quickly came back to this area of congestion. If this thing quickly starts to break out higher in the next, what time is it? 9:30? This morning, 10 o'clock, 10:30 in the morning. As you're watching this video, if you're watching it new or hours ago, if you're watching it later, that getting above this area here, like 40.59, means you're probably going to get above 4,100 nicely and have like these types of moves. Maybe go 42, 4,300 quickly, and then have that en route play to about that 4,800 level. Let's move on to Stratus, ticker symbol STRAT. And another up day in a row, but really the third amazing up day in a row. As it's went up from, well, it's up the 18 average at the 20 handle. It's already managed to make it close to the 40 against Bitcoin, or a 2x doubling move at 36 at this current point. Weekly term time frame, all it's doing is making a statement and trying to adjust the downtrend to that of an uptrend. Reversal of trend, stage 1. Band flatten out. Well, that was totally done. Check. Stage 2, establish resistance. Okay. I mean, it might not be, tops and bottoms are known after the fact, but it's definitely going to be a key top, so it's at least that 40 number. Maybe it might get established higher. Who knows? I don't care. I mean, it could just keep on going like that, especially in crypto space, but now, as far as looking at a textbook situation, what do I want to see happen? I want to see some time go by, and I'm going to look at this now in the daily because to make it look easier. I want to see this thing start to come down here, settle some time in, and then within the weekly term time frame, 18 average would start to rise, and then have a break above it, because step 3 is coming back to the band, stage 4 is breaking whatever this established resistance currently, as of now, is set in at the, well, we'll just call it the 393 handle. Taking a look at such on a 4-hour term, and first it left the 18 average on December 15th. We can see in here, it got above. So as far as reversal of trend is concerned, stage 1, band flatten out. Stage 2, establish a level of resistance. That's stage 2. And stage 3, come back to the band. We can see that's what it did. And here's where you can see showing strength amongst the 18 highs. That in itself is a good setup. And so seeing how this market ends up going higher should be at no surprise when we were looking at just what was going on before this nice green candle. And this was a period where it broke established resistance, thus putting this into bear market territory. Now, as a trader, this could mean, okay, right at the end of this period, I'm buying at 21,557. Because it's done everything I need to see happen. It established that, it came back, it looked nice with this correctionary mode. And now it has had a very noticeable period. So we're not talking about a cheesy, barely breaking above it, pretty much matching high. No, this is a higher high, but it's only barely above it. Yeah, some type will be like, okay, I'm going to wait to put a buy order maybe at 2045. So obviously, if 2045 comes in, that's going to end up being the better play, but it's not always guaranteed to do so. And in this case, it wasn't. As the market just pretty much continuously went straight up. Short term within the 15-minute time frame, and we'll even do the hour, I guess, firsthand, like correcting within the 18 average. This area is supporting previous resistance. This area supported previous resistance as well. This area of support in here, well, obviously it didn't support it because it just, well, it just didn't do it. But here, this nice little correction came back down this high. This support came to this high. Meaning, if it breaks resistance above here, well, this is where support would be, because breaking resistance on uptrends, I mean, that level's what I look for support. Polar opposite true on the downside. When support gets broken to the downside on future rallies, I look at those levels for resistance. And that is Strat. So for me as a trader, I'm not trading this against Bitcoin. I'm trading this against Litecoin, but I'm doing just as well, maybe a little bit better, but pretty much just as well. And what I'm looking to do with this when I see big size moves is increase my volatility. If I'm normally looking for, like, well, Bitcoin anyway, I'm going to refer this to Bitcoin. And with Bitcoin, I was looking mainly for when markets have these types of trades in here. So I buy up here, sell down here. What's this volatility? Oh, 23, buy back at like 20. That's like 15, 20%. That's normal for me. But when I'm selling up here, I really don't need to buy until down here, really. And the volatility here is from going from, say, 36 to 26. That's not 15%, 20% down. That's greater. And that's what I like about these situations is I can end up playing for better plays. I can also extend sell orders. So if I was, again, selling for or buying at, say, 19 and selling at like 22 and change, and if I'm selling here at, say, 37, might be looking to sell for like 50 or 52 and go for even much larger gains, because the message of the market has stated that volatility is increasing. And whenever you have these big, large, straight up moves and you're doing nothing but selling, well, that's when you can make your buy orders a lot lower and thus get better buybacks within my own high buy low, sell high strategy. I know some people are also using the same similar ones, and this is just, of course, giving ideas for people using that type of strategy. Thank you for tuning into today's video. There'll be more videos throughout the day. There's definitely more market stuff I want to go over. And there's a full load of NHL hockey games, so there's about almost 100% chance I'm going to do a hockey video. But don't expect that at all until closer to the mid-afternoon, as I do need a lot of information and for me to be able to present it towards you. Have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.